Hey, Michael Romano here. I'm going to be doing a small series of unboxing videos for some things that I recently purchased, including a couple things off of Kickstarter. And today we're going to start with the Ensō titanium cutlery set. I bought two of these. I was one of the backers on Kickstarter, and I just finally got mine maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've just been delayed in getting this unboxing and review up. But I ordered two of these. I got one for myself and one for my son. He's only 2. He's barely using cutlery as it is, but I'm interested in getting him used to forks and spoons, and then most importantly, chopsticks. I want to see him get used to the challenge of eating with chopsticks. That's probably going to be a little while, but that's those are my future plans. So I haven't opened this up yet at all. This is exactly how it came in the packaging. And let's go ahead and take a look inside. Pretty tight zipper, but an otherwise nice little case here. Okay, I'll eat that later. Let's see. Okay, so here are the chopsticks. Boy, they went nuts with the packaging, huh? They didn't get the memo about plastic, I guess. So there we've got a knife. Oh, I forgot about that when I ordered it. That's awesome, comes with a straw. I'm all about the reusable straws. So that's pretty neat. I didn't even know that was in the kit. All right, we'll go back and take a look at these and kind of weigh them. I just want to get the packaging off. Not sure how to open this sucker. Go out the back here. There we go. So there's your chopsticks. And then what do we got over here? So part of the idea for me getting this was that I wanted to be able to go with my son to restaurants and to bring our own cutlery. I mean, if we go to a nice place, they'll obviously have their own cutlery, but we sometimes will go to like the food court at the mall and get Indian food and stuff like that, and I hate getting all that plastic cutlery. So we don't eat a whole lot of fast food, but we do go to that food court a bit. So let's take a look at these. So this is kind of an interesting spoon. Looks like there's 2 spoons, but only 1 fork. So I'm not sure about the theory there. Boy, that is a small little spoon. And then there's of course, the larger one. So by comparison, let me show you what I'm currently using. This is not for my son, but this is for me. This is my favorite utensil right now if I'm going camping, backpacking, or if I'm just going out to a place where, again, they've got plastic cutlery and I want to be able to use something reusable. I've got 2 of these Optimus titanium sporks, and I can't say enough good things about them. Super handy. Let's actually take a look here just by comparison. Bring a scale over here and let's sort of see what the weight difference is. I'm going to do everything in metric because I think it's easier to measure lightweight stuff like this in grams than to bother with ounces. I think it's just a pain. So here we got grams. So this spork looks like it's 17 grams, maybe 18. Wow, so it's a lot heavier. So 25 grams on the fork. 33 grams on the spoon, on the large spoon. We got 18 grams on the smaller spoon, so that's interesting. Okay, so that's more of a comparison there. So 18 grams on the spork as compared with 18 grams or 18 or 19 grams on the smaller spoon. Now this is going to be probably more practical to eat most food with, but if you want a little bit more weight in your cutlery, this has got a more substantial feel, that's for sure. I don't know that this is weak. I don't feel like this would bend or break. I've been using this for a couple of years. but this definitely has some more heft to it. I guess that can be a good or a bad thing depending on how you're looking at it. If you're going camping, this probably isn't ideal. Now, by comparison, this is another set that I've got. This is toques. I got these, and there's an Optimus knife. I got them mix and matched, it looks like here. I've got the other one downstairs, but it looks identical. So for the purpose of weighing these, let's just take a look and see what the comparison's like for this set. So again, the fork from the Enzo set is 25 grams. And then the fork for this Optimus or Toque set is 13 grams, so a lot lighter. Let's do a spoon. The small spoon again for the Optimus is 18 grams. And then we got 18 grams, so that's actually, those are equal. This is obviously bigger. And then we got, so 18 grams on this one, and then let's take a look at this one. This is 33 grams, wow. I don't know that that's heavy without much of a purpose, quite honestly. I mean, it's got a longer handle. The capacity is maybe a little bit bigger, but that's some unnecessary weight, to be honest. Let's just take a look at the knives here. All right, so the Optimus knife is 17 grams, and the Ensō is 31 grams. Yeah, so that's interesting. That's another, you know, is it worth, it's got a little bit longer blade. The handle's certainly longer, but there's probably some extra weight there that's not needed. You know, it's real interesting. I mean, I'm not going to like return the set or sell it or anything, but if I'm being totally honest, I like the feel better of this Optimus. It's thinner and it's easier to grab. It feels much more like regular silverware. This feels kind of blocky and sharp. It's definitely pointed on the end. I mean, it's not going to hurt anybody or cut anybody, but I'm not so sure I'm a fan of that feeling. It's a lot thicker for not a whole lot of purpose. But anyway, it is what it is. Let's take a look at one of my favorites. I also like to use these. So these are human gear, and you got the fork and the spoon combined. They're plastic, 15 grams. I picked these up, one of them at New Seasons here in Oregon, and then I picked up one on Amazon. I forget which color I got where, but they're nice. They've got, I like this for my son because I'm not worried about him chipping his teeth on it. So that's one of the reasons. I'm not a big fan of plastic, but if I'm going to get reusable plastic, at least you know, for his mouth, this, I feel more comfortable with this. And then also, I know he can't do any damage with this so-called knife. This is the knife blade on the human gear. So anyway, we've got 15 grams. Let's just see if the color's difference. 15 grams. All right, and again, just for good measure, these were 25 grams. This was 18 grams, and then, you know, 33 grams. So definitely these are a lot more packable. These will probably make more sense for camping or backpacking. Now, one other thing to sort of test here, just to make sure that they're not pulling our leg. They say this is pure titanium, and at least there's nothing magnetic. I can feel that. Let's take a look here at some measurements. So just to compare apples and apples, here are two spoons, both titanium. We got the Toques and then we've got the Ensō. And as I mentioned earlier, there's definitely a different feeling in the handles. But let's take a look and see how different it is. So let me get this zeroed. All right, and let's take a look at the thickness of the Toques. Looks like it is 2 millimeters. And the Ensō is also 2 millimeters. That's interesting. So what you must be getting is, you must be getting the difference in weight from the length. It looks like the spoon itself, this is going to be tough to measure, so I'm not sure that this is even going to work. But if I were to try to do it, this is a little over 2 millimeters. And then this one here is like 1.5 millimeters. So, and I can just by eyeballing it can tell that this is a thinner surface. This feels thinner than this. So that's where you're getting some of the weight difference. Now the last thing I want to do is let's go back and take a look at the straw. So the straw here, just to give you some example, again, we're going to zero this. And it looks like the straw is 6.3 millimeters. And the inside diameter, if I can measure that, let's take a look. Looks like the inside is 5.4 millimeters. So give you some idea of the thickness. Yeah, there's 6.3. Let's see if it's tapered down at the bottom. Nope, 6.3, so pretty uniform. And then the other thing to measure is the overall length. So it's about 191 millimeters, or in this case I will go ahead and convert it to inches, so it's about 7.5 inches. And that's just to give an example of, in your drink, what you're looking at in terms of how far you're going to be able to sink it into your cocktail. Let's go back here to millimeters. Okay. And last up, we've got the chopsticks. So fit and finish on them looks pretty good. They also say pure titanium. They've got here some sort of action grip so you can pick stuff up. And they have a nice feeling to them. I'm actually most excited about these because I would have bought this set just for a pair of titanium, chopsticks. Pretty neat. So let's take a look at the length of those. And also we're going to go back to inches for this because I think that once you start getting out of small dimensions, and actually I can't get these calipers large enough, so just kind of eyeballing it, here is, we're looking at about 8 inches. I would hazard a guess they're about 8.5 inches long. And then if we were to go back to millimeters, sorry to go back and forth on all this, I know it's probably confusing with the dimensions, but just to give an example of what the tips would be like, look like they're about 3.5 millimeters, and the handles are about 6.4 millimeters. So one last look at the whole set here. I forget what I paid for these, but overall I'm happy. I mean, I think they're a little heavier and thicker than I expected. I thought I was going to be able to have this as sort of a pack around town kind of kit, but when you get it all together in the kit, it's definitely got a lot more weight than carrying just that around, or carrying around, this set here. Let's actually, I'm just kind of curious, just for fun, let's put this back on. Okay, so just for fun, I put this set back together, and let's assume that I was going to carry that around. Let's get an idea of what the weight would be here. So in grams, again, we'd be looking at 50 grams for the whole set, spoon, knife, and fork to carry it around. And by contrast with the Enzo, let's just say you're going to take the smallest spoon, the only fork, and the knife. You're at 75 grams. And if you were going to swap out, 74 grams there, and then if you're going to swap out and do the larger spoon, then you're at 89 grams. So let's see, 89 grams, what was it again? Versus 51 grams. So, it's not going to break your back, but it's definitely heavier. And then if you throw in the straw, I forget what that weighed. That was 7 or 8 grams. Looks like 7 grams. So just some sort of idea there of what you'd be looking at to pack it around. Oh, I am going to do one more thing here. Let's say you like to carry around the whole kit. Let's see what the whole sucker weighs here. So, and I'll do this one actually in ounces as well. So 290 grams for the whole kit, or you'd be carrying around just over 10 ounces, 10.2 ounces, if you wanted to carry the whole kit with you. So if you have any questions, I can't imagine what they would be, but go ahead and put them down in the comment section. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more unboxing videos and reviews, please subscribe.